Well, hello everyone and welcome back to Magic Maree and Jasper, my very good friend. So again today what I'd like to do is just welcome you all back through and at the same time have the intention of bringing through peace, bringing through wisdom, joy, whatever it is that you feel maybe you need a little bit more of today. And the first thing I'm going to do before we actually get into the messages today is to light our candle. Remember last week we were talking about our beautiful ritual and doing something simple that really reflects the moment that we're in and the intention that we have. So I'm going to light this gorgeous lapis lazuli candle. It has got those crystals within it. And pop that there for now and let that just burn throughout this show so that we have that intention going of the peace and joy and bringing through wisdom or whatever it is that maybe you've had a question around that we can help you with. So today what I'll do is I'll actually start with the meditation. It's always really important to me that I get myself into a space where I'm clear, I'm centered, I'm connected into my divine wisdom. And it's something I'd recommend that maybe you start doing as well, especially if you've got a bit of a bigger project you're looking at doing or you want to meditate. This is a really lovely way to start. So today's meditation is actually going to involve a really big heart opening. So it's going to be, you're going to feel very safe, but you're actually going to feel a lot more peace after this meditation. So with this meditation, I want you to do some very simple things to start with. A lot of you may have never meditated before or get afraid when you hear that word because you don't think you can do it right. It's just such a simple process and all we're doing is connecting within, going within, finding a place where we can just stop, be still and allow some peace to come through for us. So how I do it is I either sit myself comfortably with my feet on the floor or I lie down where I know that I'm actually going to be able to relax fully. So whatever works for you is perfectly fine. Some people actually do active meditations where when they're walking, they have the intention of being connected in to their divine presence, to their moment, to the earth. But today we're going to do it so that you can just fully let go and just follow my voice and let your journey take you where it needs to take you. So to start with, I want you to just gently close your eyes for me. Take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, let yourself drop into your body. Just notice if there's any aspects that are a little bit tight or where you've maybe been holding that tension in. Another breath in for me. And this time as you breathe out, I want you to take your awareness into your beautiful heart space. And then as I begin to run this frequency for you, I want you to tune in and see, sense or feel or have the intention of white light beginning to birth deep within your heart. And as this white light begins to birth, you feel a vibration starting deep within the heart space. This begins to expand. White light has its own consciousness. And so any pain or any blocks are actually released as this white light expands through your heart. Now take your attention to just below your feet. And we're going to call through the beautiful crystalline white light of the earth. And as this energy comes running up through your energetic field and your physical body, allow it to expand, to move all the way up through your legs and your hips, your torso, into your chest, down your arms, all the way through into your neck and head, filling out, spilling out into that beautiful energy field that you hold. Again, releasing any cords, any hooks, any ties, anything where energy may be escaping from you, and it doesn't need to. So once you have this beautiful white light energy flowing through you from your heart and from the earth, take your attention back into that beautiful heart and see, sense or feel or have the intention of seeing a beautiful pink rosebud. Whatever shade of pink this is perfect for you. And as this white light keeps expanding, the rosebud begins to gently unfold its petals one at a time. First, the outer petals unfold. Now the next layer unfolds gently and slowly. And as it does so, you begin to feel more and more peace coming through your heart, connecting you into the divine feminine presence. Take notice of the energy and how you're feeling as this pink rosebud begins to fully open. You may find you even can smell the scent of a rose as this vibration comes through you. And once this pink rose is fully opened and blossomed within your heart, have the intention of receiving and allowing this divine feminine presence to come through to you fully, flowing into you, into your whole being. That peace and tranquility and joy comes through with it. We're just going to stay in this beautiful space for about 5 to 10 seconds. Now begin to have your attention come back down to just below your feet, 6 inches below your feet into your Earth Star chakra. And even as we start coming back into the present moment, into our here and now, just know that that beautiful rose is present within your heart, bringing through more peace, more of that beautiful feminine principle, the feminine goddess, and the joy that comes with that. So gently wriggle your toes, bringing yourself back to here and now. Focus on your breath. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, gently open your eyes and know that you're back here. Well done. And again, that's a beautiful process that you can do at any time. If you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling that you need a little bit of a pick-me-up, connecting back into that rose energy in the heart is very powerful. Another nice, easy little project for you to practice with as well. So meditation is not hard. I think there's been a little bit of, it's a buzzword, and so people get a bit stressed about it maybe. But it's simply for a time for us to stop, relax, and just go inward. So talking of going inward, I'm actually going to connect in with Jasper now. I'm going to ask Jasper, my friend here, my beautiful crystal, clear quartz crystal skull, who is rutilated with an extra crystal going through him, to give us some idea of maybe what's happening with the consciousness, the global consciousness on Earth that incorporates our energy as well as humans. So it's always nice just to know what's going on. There's been a lot of moving and shifting happening recently with that gold frequency that's come in that I feel is now really embedding into people. So I'm going to ask Jasper just to show me, to give me a clearer picture of what actually is happening with that now. So as I tune in, he's actually showing me all of the Earth's grid lines, because our Earth has these magnetic, electromagnetic grid lines that run around it, a little bit like our meridians in our body. So it has a flow of energy that goes around it and through it. What he's showing me is this gold has actually fully come in to the grid lines of the Earth. So not only now is it coming through the etheric, but it has actually come through and really started to ground itself in through these grid lines. So that means that we're actually now taking on more of that golden frequency as well, as much as it comes through our crown chakra, which is what I've been seeing with people where I'm running energy for them. It's coming through our grid lines. So a really neat trick that some of you may want to start practicing a little bit more of is grounding or connecting into our Earth. I find it helpful to take my shoes off, to be on grass, but if you can't do that, that's fine. You can just have the intention of grounding in. Then 6 inches below the feet, as I've spoken about before, is our Earth Star chakra. So this is where I then take my attention and have intention of going into the grid lines of the earth. You sometimes can feel yourself fully connecting in, and you may find you get quite a big upgrade or upload of this frequency coming through. So it's sometimes good to be either standing on the ground and very centered, or sitting with your feet on the ground, even walking on the beach, but somewhere where you're not driving or concentrating, where the attention's taken away. Because you might sometimes feel a little bit dizzy, or you actually go, whoa, what's that about? It can often just be this upgrade of energy coming through. So that's something that you could take away with you. And again, have a commitment to yourself to really connecting in and grounding into our beautiful earth, where we get this energy and frequency from. Okay, so the next thing I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to tap back into the last YouTube we did, when the question came through about soul contracts and twin flames. I know the twin flames aspect is huge for a lot of people, especially people maybe that are single or that are looking for relationships, or if they're in a relationship, they're asking, is this a twin flame relationship? Is this good enough? And I've had people say to me that they left relationships because they felt it wasn't a twin flame relationship. So I asked, was there anything really wrong with the relationship? And they said, no, we got on really well. I just want to find my twin flame. So this is where I would really urge some caution with the idea of twin flames. So we discussed what a twin flame potentially was. My understanding is it's when we come from source and we have that split, that first split into light. It's the feminine and the masculine principle, where one is actually stronger than the other once we're in human form. So you might have a male that has a feminine principle that's stronger, and vice versa. So it doesn't really matter. But I feel it's really important just to maybe know that if you're with a beautiful person, then that's probably a real soul connection, soul family, which is still very close aspects of that light from our initial transition away from source. And there's obviously a reason for you to be with them. And I did have a friend the other day say as well, someone had said to her, oh, you're not in a twin flame relationship as much as you love each other. Really be careful with our objectivity and how we judge others as to what their relationship is. They may have a very, very different idea on what a twin flame relationship means. So look, it's a wonderful thing to think about, to talk about, but have a little look and see what your own definition of that word means. At the end of the day, to me, surely relationships are about finding someone that you're compatible with, where you have a fairly similar ethos or belief system, so that life can be compatible. Of course, we're going to have ups and downs where we're learning something from them. That's often their job, and our job is to be a mirror. So we can see deep in our subconscious stuff that needs to come up. So, but that's just something to have a little think about for yourself. I'd even write down what you feel the twin flame is, what you feel maybe a soulmate is, and have a look at it and see if you're maybe looking for something that really is not going to maybe be the best for you. I'm going to ask our beautiful cards. These are called the Lovers Oracle cards. I'm going to ask them what words of wisdom is coming through from Spirit at the moment for people that maybe are a little bit challenged or concerned that they're not going to meet a twin flame or a soulmate. So I'm going to ask these cards, and as I shuffle, I'll have that intention. I'm very centered. I'm connected into my divine being. And sometimes the card flies out. Oops, which it's done. So I'm going to pick up this card and have a little look. There's a few here, but I'm taking the top one because that's the one that feels the best. Okay, this is perfect. So this card says, it is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. And you can see that image there of that person really nurturing. And as we were just talking about, having that meditation time, getting yourself into a habit almost of taking that time out to be centered, to take some time to meditate. And don't put the focus on finding a twin flame or finding a soulmate as being the answer to everything in your life. So maybe some really good words of wisdom there. And when the time's right and you're in the right space, that beautiful person will turn up. So the other thing I'm going to do now, really quickly, is just tune in again to our earth frequency through our chakra cards. Now these are beautiful cards. So again, I'm going to shuffle these and just see what the message is coming through from Earth herself and us as a whole. Let's just see which one comes out today. I'm getting the feeling today I'm actually going to divinate from these. So when I talk about divinate, when we divine something, it means it comes through intuitively, or it comes through, I often will feel a heat or a vibration coming off the card that has the best way of expressing what the message is today from our beautiful earth and our consciousness. I'm feeling it's very hot in here. So I'm actually going to just double check here. And it is this one. That was the one that it actually felt that was relevant for today for us, for whoever's watching. So let's have a little look at this card. It's a number 6 and it's balance. And perfectly enough, it has that yin-yang symbol there. So as we know, that feminine and masculine, everything on earth is duality. So getting a balance in that is really important. So the feeling and sense I'm getting from this card with Earth is she is coming into more balance with this higher frequency that's now running through, which means that we can take the opportunity to come into balance within ourselves. Do the meditations. Ground yourself by, like we said, take off your shoes, connect into the earth, walk on grass on the beach, or simply have the intention of connecting into those grid lines of earth. So that beautiful balance card is there. Now 6 to me also is around, is a win. It's something that's positive that's coming through. So that's really great news, because the last 2 cards we pulled actually were forgiveness. So there's obviously something that's shifted, and that's the message that's coming through for us today. So I'm going to sign off now, and I just want to just say, maybe take away whatever it is you want from this, whether it's beginning a meditation, committing to starting a little ritual, or something that you can do for yourself as well. And if you'd like, start writing these down. You can pop them in the comments section if you feel you've achieved something for this time frame, and we can all actually see how we're going. I'm going to blow out the candle to finish and complete our ritual, and I'll see you next time.